Today on Island Focus, you will enjoy meeting Piilani Kaopuiki, who is the state president for the League of Women Voters. Mahalo so much, Pi'i, for being with us today.
Oh, Lila, it's a pleasure to be here. Mahalo for asking me.
You know, our program was focusing on the different political parties, and while the League of Women Voters is a neutral, non-political organization, you're very engaged in safeguarding the process. Could you explain a little bit more about the League and what the priorities are at this time?
Safeguarding is a good way to put it. We are volunteers who take interest in select issues that have to do with care for the community. We look at good government. We've just gotten through a struggle of years to get vote by mail in Hawaii. It's a success for us, and we're really pleased about that. The thing is that there's more and more that needs to be done just to watch over our community, which is what League volunteers do. Nationally, voting is a big protected issue. To get people to raise their voices, to participate in the process, and by feeling the value of the vote, maybe participating in legislative action, just community things, writing letters, and of course, all of that takes volunteers.
So actually what you're saying is that voting is just the beginning of being involved in the government process.
I grew up where my family would be campaigning and we'd follow around the trucks and the music in those days with campaigning. So you learn about voting and how it involves you in the community. You grow up and you find that there are things to be done, you see around yourself, that you have to participate to help make well.
And those who represent us in elected office don't know everything that's going on in the community. That's why the League is involved and why volunteers are so necessary. Isn't that your perspective as well?
Absolutely. We come from all walks of life, different age groups, different perspectives, and we know that the people in office are just like us. We focus on issues that take care of the community. Our constituency is the community. It's not some particular economic issue.
And I would suspect to a state president that it would thrill you to have a chapter of the League of Women Voters on every island.
We are a membership-based organization, and I guess it fluctuates up and down nationally, but it would be really great to have people who are interested in the process of taking care of the community on each island with the League, because the League has the foundation and the infrastructure to work to communicate with elected officials. So yes, if we could get volunteers to join us from every island, it would be great.
And this is a particularly important year for the League with regards to voting.
Yes, celebrating our 100th year, along with the 100th year for the 19th Amendment. Yes, very important year, and we're celebrating.
As a nonpartisan organization, how does the League of Women Voters help the public understand what the different parties stand for?
You know, Lila, historically, the League has organized debates and panel discussions throughout the community before elections. Candidates had an opportunity to state their cause. Right now, our unit on Hawaii Island is really active doing just that.
It must be very exciting for you to know that it's going on.
It's wonderful to know that there are volunteers on Hawaii Island, especially, that are going across that huge island, doing those kinds of things, gathering the community together.
So as we wrap up our conversation today, what message might you want the audience to hear on behalf of the League?
The League of Women Voters promotes responsible participation in government by citizens, and that means we have to have people who are willing to step up, to talk to our elected officials and work on issues that make our life better. There's this big change going on in Hawaii, especially now because of the effects of COVID. I think that we don't want to see Hawaii going back to how it was necessarily before COVID, because there was this big strain on infrastructure. This is such an opportunity for us, with the help of guidance from the community, to do better.
Mahalo for joining us today, Piilani, and giving us a better idea of what the League of Women Voters is about. Mahalo.
Lila, thank you very much for including the League of Women Voters of Hawaii on your program.
It was my pleasure to introduce you to Piilani Kaopuiki, who is the state president of the League of Women Voters. Mahalo for being with us.